को मेरा नमस्कार। आज हम सभी श्री काका विश्वनाथ राव जी की श्रद्धांजलि सभा में उपस्थित हुए हैं। मैं अपने स्वरों द्वारा उनके चरणों में श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करूंगी। भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः गणपति जगवंदन गाये जगवंदन गाइए गणपति जगवंदन शंकर सुवन भवानी के नंदन शंकर सुवन भवानी के नंदन गाइए गणपति जगवंदन गाइए गण लगाए दुनिया बिसरी जाए तेरा दुनिया बिसरी जाए कभी ना बिसरूंगा को चाहे दुनिया बिसरी जाए दुनिया बिसरी जाएगा दुनिया बिसरी जाए कभी ना बिसरूं कभी ना बिसरूं कभी ना बिसरूं राम को चाहे दुनिया बिसरी जाए दुनिया बिसरी जाएगा दुनिया बिसरी दुनिया बिसरी दुनिया बिसरी सही ले ले दो फोन ले हे दुख भंजन मारुति नंदन हे दुख भंजन मारुति नंदन सुन लो मेरी अपार है शक्ति तुम्हारी, तुम पर रीझे अवध बिहारी, तुम पर रीझे अवध बिहारी। भक्ति भाव से ध्याऊं तो है, भक्ति भाव से ध्याऊं तो है, कर दुखों का नाश पवन सुत विनती बारंबार, पवन सुत विनती बारंबार। हे दुख भंजन मारुति नंदन, सुन लो मेरी पुकार, पवन सुत विनती बारंबार, पवन सुत विनती बारंबार। जपहु निरंतर नाम तिहारा, अब नहीं छोड़ूं तेरा द्वारा, अब नहीं छोड़ूं तेरा द्वारा। राम भक्त मोहे शरण दीजे, राम भक्त मोहे शरण राम धन्य नाम, राम को प्रणाम, राम नाम को प्रणाम, राम भजन कर मन, राम भजन कर मन, राम भजन कर मन। ओ मन रे कर तू, ओ मन रे कर तू, राम भजन कर, राम भजन कर मन, राम भजन कर मन। सब में राम, राम में है सब, सब में राम, राम सब में राम, राम में सब। तुलसी के प्रभु नानक के रब, तुलसी के प्रभु नानक के रब, राम रमैया घट घट वासी, राम रमैया घट घट वासी, सत्य कबीर वचन, राम भजन कर मन, राम भजन कर मन, राम भजन कर मन। ओ मन रे कर तू, ओ मन रे कर तू, राम भजन कर, राम भजन कर, राम नाम में पावत पावन, राम नाम में राम नाम में राम नाम में पावत पावन, रवि तेजो में चंद्र सुधागर, रवि तेजो में चंद्र सुधागर, राम भजन बिना ज्योति न जागे, राम भजन बिना ज्योति न जागे, जाए नदी की जरन, राम ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ 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 ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೈಕುಂಠವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವಿಮಲನಾಥ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವಿಮಲಾಧೀಶ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಪತಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೈಕುಂಠವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಪತಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೈಕುಂಠವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಮತ್ಸ್ಯರೂಪ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೇದ ರಕ್ಷಕ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಮತ್ಸ್ಯರೂಪ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೇದ ರಕ್ಷಕ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಪೂರ್ಣರೂಪ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಮಂದರಧಾರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಪೂರ್ಣರೂಪ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಮಂದರಧಾರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವರಾಹರೂಪ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವಿಶ್ವಮರೂಢ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವರಾಹರೂಪ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವಿಶ್ವಮರೂಢ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನರಸಿಂಹರೂಪ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ ಗೋಪ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನರಸಿಂಹರೂಪ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ ಗೋಪ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೈಕುಂಠವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೈಕುಂಠವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೈಕುಂಠವಾಸ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವಿಮಲನಾಥ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವಿಮಲಾಧೀಶ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ 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 ಗೋವಿಂದ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರೇ ಮುರಾರಿ ಹೇ ನಾಥ ನಾರಾಯಣ अब मैं श्री जयंत मैनी जी से आग्रह करूंगी कि कृपया वो मंच पर आए।
नमस्कार। आज की ये प्रेयर सभा श्री काकड़े विश्वनाथ राव के लिए है। पिछले लगभग 8 सालों में मेरी किस्मत अच्छी थी कि आई कुड कॉल हिम डैड एंड पिछले 8 सालों में बहुत बार मुझे ये रियलाइज हुआ कि वो जिस भी मंच पर जाते थे, जिस भी सभा का हिस्सा होते थे, उस मंच और उस सभा की शोभा बहुत ऊंची हो जाती। आज पहली बार मुझे ये एहसास हो रहा है कि उनके साथ स्टेज शेयर करना कितना आसान था, मगर आज यहां पर I do not know what to say. This is possibly the most difficult moment for many of us. We have a small video which shows you the amazing life of Sri Kakade Vishwanath Rao.
Late Sri Kakade Vishwanath Rao sir, a legend born on 27 September 1948 in a textile business family, Mr. K. V. Rao holds a post-graduation degree with distinction in nuclear physics and industrial management from the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Mr. Rao has been a meritorious student throughout his academic career. During the education period, Mr. K. V. Rao was also very much active in the field of sports, NCC, and Scouting. His achievements in Scouting are listed below. President Scout Award by Dr. Zakir Hussain, former President of India. President Rover Award by Sri V. V. Giri, former President of India. He is most loving husband of Srimati Swarupa, proud father of Mr. Praveen, and dad of daughter Mrs. Preeti, beautiful daughter-in-law Mrs. Suditi, and smart son-in-law Mr. Jayant Main. He has poised to emerge as a leader with new age thought in export industry of the country, having created a distinct identity for Dolphin International Private Limited, established single-handedly in such a short span of time, and has carved a niche for himself and for the luxury export market of the country with the introduction of 2 of the leading luxury brands, housing unique products marked by distinct quality, exclusivity, and timelessness. In 1993, Mr. K. V. Rao started his career in exporting industry, joining a leading company dealing in exporting frozen shrimps and lobsters. After acquiring short working experience, he moved to Delhi and worked in the export division of the Sri Ram Group, where he put in over 15 years of dedicated service. March 1990 witnessed a major breakthrough when Mr. K. V. Rao decided to quit Usha and start an export business of his own. It was only in April 1990 that Mr. Rao gave the final shape to Dolphin International, specializing in international trade. It was his hard work and dedication that resulted in the company being granted a status of export trading house within a period of 2 years of its formation. Apart from international trade, the Dolphin Group forayed into the retail foray with luxury brands Viz D-Mart Exclusive, Woodmart Exclusive, Elitaire, and IOTA. DIL has been awarded the following for the efforts in promoting exports from India. Export House Certification by the Government of India. Export Excellence Award 1990 to 1991 by the Engineering Export Promotion Council of India. Export Excellence Award 1992 to 1993 by the Engineering Export Promotion Council of India. Niryat Shri Award from FICCI 1996 to 1997. In recognition of Mr. Rao's entrepreneurial abilities and export endeavors in the international market, he was awarded by the Rajiv Gandhi Excellence Award 1991 by the erstwhile Union Finance Minister, Honorary Dr. Manmohan Singh. Further, he was presented Shiromani Award in 1992 for his contributions to national development, integration, enrichment of life, and for his outstanding achievements in the chosen field of activity by Honorary Mr. V.C. Shukla, the then Union Minister of Water Resources. He was also awarded the Indira Gandhi Excellence Award in 1994 by former Union Minister Honorary Mr. Vasant Sathe. Mr. Rao, being a dynamic entrepreneur, always strived for innovative and diversified business activities. He had immense leadership qualities and could motivate his team of professionals to always achieve the desired goal. During his chairmanship tenure at Bhavsar Vision India, various activities were initiated by him, out of which a few are 5,000 blanket distribution to needy and poor, 250 plus financial support every year to economically backward students, adoption and development of Bhavsar colony in Pamidi, construction of toilets at Pamidi village, borewell, storage tank and RO plant for the resident of Smart Colony, Pamidi village. BVI Nitya Bhakti Sadhana Spiritual Group Initiative, BVI Virtual Vadhu Vara Mela Initiative, BVI Floating Club Initiative. We Bhavsars will miss a great legend, a great leader, a great supporter, a great motivator, and man of action. What is more significant about Sri Rao Sir, a student, is his instinction towards serving and taking care of our Bhavsar community with dedication to the core. Although a busiest corporate giant and an exporter, philanthropist, sport lover, and true patriotic in taking the country to the world platform through his diversified activities and exports, he always took the time for the cause of our community, generously contributed in all projects involving funds, even took personal interest in forming a spiritual group, sponsoring the Zoom for the sake of satsangs. He was not less than God sent, God's own representative for our community. He attained moksha and sadgati on 29th August 2022, left a heavenly abode. But we believe he will remain forever in all our hearts through his teachings, his leadership qualities, his compassions, his dedication towards Bhavsars. His initiatives will always inspire, motivate us for all future projects undertaken for the welfare of our community. Let us pray Kuladevi Mata Hingalaj and Lord Venkateshwara to offer Sadgati to Divine Soul at his or her lotus feet. Respects and pranams to a Divine Soul. Sincere gratitude from Bhavsar Vision India Floating Club. Om Shanti.
One thing I know, he treasured people. उन्होंने हमेशा अपने आसपास, चाहे वो उनका परिवार क्यों ना हो, चाहे वो उनके फ्रेंड्स क्यों ना हो, कॉलीग्स क्यों ना हो, जिनके साथ भी वो संपर्क में आए, he treasured them and made an impact in their lives. So one of the lessons that I personally learned from Dad is people really, really matter. And he made things better for everyone he touched. We can start this reflections. I'm sure आप सब मिस्टर राव को किसी न किसी तरीके से भी याद कर रहे हैं. And I think before we start this, I will request everyone if we can just stand up for a minute in silence for Sri Kakade Vishwanath Rao.
I would also like to share a few of my personal experiences with my father. He would always know what to say, when to say, who to say. He was a man of dignity, of pride and elegance. He always thought about service before self. Everyone that I know around in my life always admired him, looked up to him. My friends who look at his entrepreneurial spirit and be inspired to achieve something greater in life. His colleagues, his brothers and sisters, his community members, everybody looked up to him and were inspired to be more like him. If I could recall my childhood memories of him, I always looked up to him and I thought he was the most handsome man, the most charismatic man, with the most beautiful smile. Every gathering that we went to, whether that was an event or a corporate event or a wedding, everybody gravitated towards him. It was interesting, even at weddings, the attention would move away from bride and groom to him. He was definitely a ladies' man, And as a little girl, I always remember he worked very hard. He traveled a lot, but he always took time for his family. He would go on these travels at the end of the night. He would always come at odd hours, obviously, when he was flying. And irrespective of what time he arrived at night, he would wake us up. And if I can, that's how he used to call me. He never used to call me Preeti when I was younger. He would whistle, and I would be, in any corner of the house, and I would run towards my father. It could be 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock at night. He would open up his suitcase with goodies and gifts for everyone, but nothing for himself. He was always a giver. He bought me the best of clothes. I remember wearing very fancy frocks, colored stockings, valleys, fancy hair accessories and jewelry. He really treated me like a princess. As I continued to watch him over the years, and I saw him at work, I saw how meticulous he was. He paid a lot of attention to detail. He had a foresight. He would think ahead of time. A lot of his initiatives, if you look at his professional endeavors, were really ahead of time. He was obviously started the first departmental store, and nobody was even thinking about departmental stores. Today, they are part of our lives. As I sat in the office and observed him conduct himself, I learned very important lessons. I know, and even now know, that the industry in itself look up to him as somebody who's trustworthy, somebody who's credible, somebody who's honorable. If my father gave a word to someone, he would honor it. And we try our level best to imbibe the same qualities. He contributed, as you saw some images, to a lot to community at large. He was always thinking of others. And I admire that quality, and I will miss him very, very dearly. In the last many years, every time I had a life situation, every time I had a challenging situation, I would still run up to him and ask him, what should I do now? What am I to do? How do I manage the situation of crisis? He would always advise me. I don't know how I will spend the rest of my life without his mentorship and guidance. He was truly my guru. He will continue to be. As I witnessed him in the last 8 months struggle with his health, it was painful. The last 1 month, particularly, was excruciating. He was very brave. Every time something that happened in the hospital, he gave us a double thumbs up. Everybody in the hospital came to love him, even in the time of his distress. He tried, in his limited capabilities, to communicate with all the nurses and all the doctors. Even through the ventilator, he smiled at us. Even in his last week, when he could not speak with the ventilator, he used to write and share his messages. The giver that he is, he wrote a message on a piece of paper, gave ex gratia to every member of the hospital. So he was always giving. The nurses very affectionately called him Kaka at the hospital. Even in the ICU, he was in control. He knew exactly what was going on. Nobody could hide anything from him. He was extremely present even on those times. I truly believe we tried our best. But at this particular point of time, no matter how much my friends tried to console me, I feel I failed. I promised him that I would get him out, and couldn't. I had immense support. We as a family stood by each other, and I had immense support by everyone. Everybody joined hands, my brother, my husband, my mother-in-law, it's like my mother, who, irrespective of her age, tirelessly went to the hospitals with me, trying to hustle and bustle and talk to every possible doctor. We were there night and day. It was a roller coaster ride. It's unfortunate, in spite of our best efforts, we couldn't save him, and he's no longer with us. But his teachings will always remain with me in how I conduct myself. And as he passed away, I've been thinking, what lesson did he have for me in this loss? He was on the stage when he was thinking of, slowing down, enjoying life, taking it easy. I think in life we procrastinate living. We always say we will do this later, we will travel later, we will spend more time with friends later, we will find time for love later, we will find time for laughter later. But sometimes that later never comes. So one of the biggest lessons he's taught me to not to procrastinate living itself. Living in every moment with absolute gratitude, being present and making every minute count. My mother, who has been a pillar of support to my father, without her, my father would have not achieved much. She stood by him in every crisis, in good times and bad. In this entire episode, I've watched my mother hold herself with such poise and dignity, with such elegance and beauty. She truly is the Jhansi of Rams, Jhansi ki Rani in my life. And I vow in front of you that as a family we will do everything to support her, to make her the strongest possible woman, to live life to the fullest. My heartfelt gratitude for everybody who is here. We feel loved and supported. And may my father's soul rest in peace, may he get moksha. Om Shanti.
After Preeti, his son Praveen would like to share his reflections. Praveen.
We are here this evening to pay tribute, to recall some fond memories, and celebrate my father's life. Actually, great life. I thought today probably I'll share a couple of my favorite childhood memories, which I have cherished with him, probably which you would not be aware of. I had not really opened this to anybody else. All of you know my father as a person who's been father figure, a role model. Some people also said he's godlike. They said Dev Jaising, right? For me, he was just a dear father, right? I still remember when I was a kid, he was imparting me a lot of lessons, which obviously as a child he would not know. One of the first lessons which he gave me was when I went to him and said that I don't know how to swim. I'm scared of water. Probably I'll be this. He said, don't worry. And the next moment I remember was just picked me up and threw me in the pool and just stood by watching me. I had that distinct visual in front of me when I was trying to struggle. My survival instincts were kicking in, and my father was just standing by. And the next moment I knew that I knew swimming from there on. The important lesson that I learned that day was never to give up, take challenges head on, and take few risks later. Which he never said, but these are the things which I reflect now. This second, probably the most fond memory I have is when I was in school. Probably my school friends in here would relate much more. So all my friends used to get expensive cars, probably sometimes expensive mobile as well. And I was supposed to be the boy with the silver spoon. But if my friends can vouch for that, I never had money. My father said, "Be a very simple life. Be courteous, be as chivalrous as you can, and always be a grounded person." And because of which, I remember the struggles which I took taking road transportations like DTC, even in Bombay. I've traveled for at least 3.5 years in local metros without any problems. So, because of him, put me in any condition, I think I'm very strong to survive that. Moving on, as I grew up, I joined this company where we had a secret tradition, which probably most of you don't know. What I always used to look forward for him to call me around 2:45 p.m. or 3 o'clock to have lunch with him. And most people from Dolphin Hair are sitting. We probably have a very quick lunch, probably like 7 minutes, 10 minutes max. That was the best time of my professional life. Because in those 10 minutes, we used to discuss each and everything under the sun. I used to discuss any personal or professional problems. Sometimes expected him to be my father, sometimes expected him to be my mentor, somebody expected him to be my boss, and sometimes the companion. And with ease, he used to shuffle those hats. And barely 10 minutes, I was out. Uh, and mind you, I didn't know what I was eating for lunch every day. Because the discussions were so thought-provoking that most of the times if you're asking me what we had for lunch, I will not even remember. Right. Now at this point, when I'm myself a father of a 2-month-old baby, I now know the importance of the word father. Last 6 months, we were taking care of dad at one hand and taking care of my baby on the other hand. I realized how quickly you can become from a son to father. And sometimes, as you saw my son's image in him, and almost like felt that he's my baby, not the other way around. In the end, I just want to say my my, my the thing which I'm going to miss the most is my baby. You're there calling him Ajja, because I think that's what he wished for at least 4-5 years now. And now that since he's not there, I hope some reflections of him he can see in me one day, and I will make him proud. R.I.P. Dad. For me, R.I.P. is not rest in peace. For me, R.I.P. now really means a really incredible person.
So after Praveen, um, I'd like to call Mr. K.G. Rao, his younger brother, and who has always been like a son to Mr. Rao. So, Mr. K.G. Rao.
I really don't have words to express the loss of my brother. He's always been very kind, very giving, generous. He always cared about other people more than himself. My journey with him started the day I was born, and it was an amazing journey that I had, and I have absolutely no regrets. Being his younger brother, and since my parents passed away a long time ago, he was a father figure for me, and my sister-in-law is a mother figure for me. And I looked up to him for every single thing that he needed in my life. I went to US in 1984. Even then, since then, every single day, we never missed speaking to each other. Even until the last day he was admitted to the hospital, he couldn't speak, but still, Giant and Greedy made the efforts of getting the video form, or at least getting some information. My life with my brother has been amazing. He has taught me a lot of things in life. Just recently, when my brother passed away, my wife says to me, "Your brother is better than you." So that's how much of the respect he has earned everywhere. He has touched so many people's lives, so many people's hearts, and he's always been giving. Not really worrying about himself, even in his health conditions, he still was telling us, like, oh, we have to take care of this, we have to take care of that. I really can't express my loss of my brother, and he's always there in our hearts. He's there in our memories, and somebody that we can forget about. There were times that we used to speak about things in family or amongst friends. So he was the best friend, a friend for me, he was a father figure for me, and we spoke everything under the sun. My brother's friends became my friends, and even now, we have some of my brother's childhood friend over here, Mr. Raju, is also here. He's seen me since I was born, and even today, we remain good friends, and that's how my brother maintained the relationship with each and every single individual, whether it's young, old, middle-aged, doesn't matter. We love and care about every single person. And we just want to continue to fulfill his dreams and make sure his own baby there is always there for us. That's my choice.
Next is Dr. Renu May, my mother. She shared her reflection.
Actually, as said, I am speechless today because Mr. Rao, a persona, he had the aura. He's a very simple, very pleasant, very smart, handsome person, but very amicable and very, very friendly. बच्चा हो या बूढ़ा हो, हर किसी के वो दोस्त हैं. आज उनकी बहनें भाई जो बेंगलोर से आए हैं उन्हें सुनो, वो मेरे पास रह रहे हैं, वो कहते हैं बाबूजी उनके पूरा परिवार इतना उन्हें फोन करके याद कर रहा है, आंखों में आंसू लेके बैठा है. जो ही उनको तकलीफ हुई हम उन्हें हॉस्पिटल लेके पहुंचे. आई एम अ डॉक्टर. कहते हैं ना दवा दारू कुछ नहीं करता जब तक ऊपर वाले का हाथ या धागा लंबा ना हो. But Mr. Rao was very strong, very strong. I saw I failed. I tried. But he's a very, very strong persona, helping everybody. So that taught us a lesson. And जैसे कहते हैं ना, माँ एक ममता होती है, बच्चों को पालती है, प्यार करती है, और फादर बच्चों को कंधे पे बिठा के एक विजन दिखाता है. And that is what is Mr. Rao's persona, the aura around him. And today I would say and wish Preeti and Jan and Praveen and Sudhiti both to be strong and be like their father. And may God give the family the strength to bear the unbearable loss. He was always very, very happy, even in the hospital, when I was saying, today, Pubi is reaching by this light, the smile will come on his face. So as everybody is saying, he shared also that he's like my father, same words with him. And the sister Kamalpiti is the membrane about you. मेरे भैया जैसा कोई भाई नहीं. Same, we will miss you, and God bless, may his soul rest in peace, and may कहते हैं ना, खाली हाथ आए हैं, खाली हाथ जाना है. आज उनकी बारी है, कल हम सबको जाना है. So Om Shanti, and may the God bless and give the family the power, the stamina and strength to bear this unbearable loss.
Mr. K.V. Rao was very dedicated to the Bhavsar community and the Bhavsar mission. And he worked shoulder to shoulder with Mr. Tatostar. Today we have Tatostar too. Please, for your reflection.
Om Shanti. Family members, friends of K.V. Raoji, we are here for prayer and Shraddhanjali for our beloved friend K.V. Rao sir. Friends, Shraddha turns water into Tirtha. Shraddha turns stone into God, and my Shraddhanjali to my beloved friend is he is Amar hai. वो अमर है हमारे लिए, कभी भी हमारे इसमें अमर रहेंगे. No one word, no one phrase can fully characterize my friend K.V. Rao Ji. He was just like a brilliant cut diamond. A philosopher, philanthropist, outstanding speaker, motivator, and humanitarian. Above all, he was the eminent child of my Bhavsar Kshatriya Samaj. Friends, K.V. Rao जी को मैं 25 साल से जानता हूँ. जब मैं हमारे Bhavsar Kshatriya समाज का ऑल इंडिया प्रेसिडेंट था, उस टाइम पर उनका पहचान हो गया. उसके बाद Bhavsar विजन इंडिया फाउंडर था मैं, और उनको फाउंडर Bhavsar विजन इंडिया फाउंडेशन ट्रस्ट का चेयरमैन बनाए. तब से ऐसा काम कोई किए सो हमने देखा नहीं. डाउन ट्रेडन, गरीबों के लिए कुछ देना है, कभी भी बोलते तो देने में बिलीव करते थे वो. मेरे को जस्ट रिमेम्बर मदर टेरेसा on her deathbed, she gave a message to the world: keep giving until it hurts. Keep giving until it hurts. Beauty does to touch the soul. That is love to give and not to receive. He was giving. Even Swami Vivekananda has said, he only lives who lives for others. Rest of the mankind is more dead than alive. और ऐसे ही हमारे राव साहब देते थे. उनका जो काम किया बोलने के लिए तो 4 घंटा भी कम है। पामड़ी जैसे आंध्र प्रदेश के एक छोटे से गांव के लिए एक स्मार्ट कॉलोनी डेवलप किए। इतने गरीब थे कि उनके पास टॉयलेट भी नहीं थे, सबको टॉयलेट बना के दिए, रोड बनाए, बोरवेल बनाया, हॉल बनाया, इतना काम किए। उससे ज्यादा मेरे को बोलते थे तब पुष्कर जी हमको अन्नदान प्रोग्राम करना है। जरूर करेंगे राव साहब। तो अन्नदान प्रोग्राम उन्होंने शुरू किया। हर साल 30,000 लोगों को, गरीबों को अन्नदान प्रोग्राम। अचीवमेंट। कोविड के टाइम पर 20 लाख रुपए बॉक्सर विजन ट्रस्ट के चेयरमैन के लिए हम सब बढ़ के नहीं चलेगा, गरीबों को देना है करके ग्रोसरी पे 20 लाख रुपए खर्चा करेंगे। ऐसे हमारे राव साहब, ये अमर नहीं तो क्या है। देखो भगवान महावीर ने कहा था कि मेरा मृत्यु मातंग मत बनाओ, मेरे मृत्यु पर मातंग मत बनाओ, मेरे मृत्यु पर उत्सव बनाओ। हम तो नहीं कर सकते उत्सव, लेकिन मातंग क्यों नहीं बनाना। मातंग बनाए तो भूल जाते 1 साल 2 साल में। उत्सव बनाता आज भी भगवान महावीर का उत्सव मनाते, उनको याद करते मरे महावीर। वैसे ही मेरे दोस्त राव साहब, ये इनका मैं बोलता हूँ कि इतना महासभा भावसार पूरा क्षत्रिय ऑल इंडिया का समाज का प्रेसिडेंट और ये भावसार जिले के फाउंडेशन का फाउंडर के नाते मेरे पास हजारों से लोग जुड़े थे। लेकिन मेरे पूरे टाइम में मेरे साथ सिर्फ एक राव साहब थे, सिर्फ एक राव साहब थे, बाकी कोई नहीं था मेरे साथ। ऐसे आदमी। और यही वजह है कि मैं राव साहब को आज क्या बोलूं, उनके फैमिली के लिए मैं एक पिलर के जैसा ठहरा हूँ, एक फैमिली मेंबर ही हूँ। मेरे आखिरी सांस तक के फैमिली के साथ मैं जुड़ा हूँ। यही मेरी श्रद्धांजलि, यही मेरी प्रेयर उनके लिए। शांति शांति।
His colleagues from Usha is here, so I would request Deepak Uncle, please share his reflections. Dear friends, as we give tribute to Mr. Rao and we pay homage to him and say goodbye, a friend, a mentor, guide, and a wonderful boss. He was my boss for 8 years, and these were 8 years of immense learning, opportunities, challenges, and enjoyable experiences. When I joined Usha, I was fresh from college, a rookie trainee who learned a lot from Mr. Rao. And in 8 years, graduated as a street smart, worldly wise, well-traveled, and who by then, thanks to Mr. Rao, had gathered the courage to start my own business. Mr. Rao was very meticulous, focused, detail-oriented. Those are some of the qualities which all of us imbibe when we work with him at Usha, and which have made us successful beyond the days that we spent together. He made sure that every member
learned a lot, but also enjoyed the work even in the toughest of situations. He always treated us as his family members, took us home often, and his hospitality, and of course, Mrs. Rao's love and cooking for us always made us feel at home. He could make friends with anybody, male, female, old, young, it didn't matter. He was a friend to every person and everybody loved him. We did business in many international countries abroad, in the Middle East, in Russia, and everybody trusted him as a very reliable and straightforward business partner. He had an immense desire to make company grow, and he really sincerely worked towards it and achieved that. And subsequently, I know that he has taken the Dolphin Group to amazing heights. After Usha also, we always kept in touch. That was for the last 32 years. And he always invited us for all the family functions, very much like a family member. Mr. Rao was always very charming, always very friendly, and always looked as young as he was many years ago. So I remember my wife always asked him that, how did you, what's the secret of your looking so young? And he always smiled. I guess many people asked him the same question. So, Mr. Rao, wherever you are, stay young, stay as lively and full of life as you always did. Thank you.
As my mom said, Mr. Rao हर एज ग्रुप के साथ एक फ्रेंड के रूप में थे. Praveen's friends want to share some quick reflections of Mr. Rao.
We all miss Uncle as you all know. And I remember, we were in school together, Praveen, and all of us, most of us. We used to go to his house and, when Uncle से मिलकर डर भी पहुंची, क्योंकि जब वो उनको हमारे बारे में हमारे से बात करना होता है, आज भी जब हम उनके घर जाते थे, तो वो हमारे प्यार में हमारे से बारे में हमारे से ज्यादा बात करता है. We had amazing times with him. He was very inspiring and उनकी सोच सुनते रहे हम कि उन्होंने कहाँ से स्टार्ट किया और कहाँ पहुँचे. तो हमेशा हमें लगता था कि कुछ कर सकते हैं हम। तो he was a very jovial person. We used to have a lot of fun, and we used to pull our leg also, which was also funny and inspiring both. And we will also miss him. He was like a father to all of us.
Suriti, his daughter-in-law, who he always treated as a daughter, like to see Suriti.
बहुत टफ है, बहुत जगह पे बहुत डिफरेंट तरीके से बोला है, कॉलेज में, स्कूल में, बट आज बोलना बहुत मुश्किल लग रहा है। आई एम श्योर आप सब समझते हैं, इजी नहीं है फैमिली के लिए, बट ही इज मेड अस स्ट्रॉन्ग, बहुत बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हुए, और उन्होंने हम सबको बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाया। मुझे अभी भी याद है, प्रवीण ने बोला इट्स टाइम यू शुड मीट माय पेरेंट्स, और मैं रोड पे फ्लावर्स लेके खड़ी थी। डैड मॉम को सरप्राइज देना चाहते थे। हमने नहीं बताया था, कभी नहीं बताया था कि यहाँ पे इंट्रोड्यूस करूँगा जिनसे मैं शादी करना चाहता हूँ। उनकी एनिवर्सरी थी, और मैं रोड पे खड़ी थी फ्लावर्स लेके, मेरी गाड़ी आके थी, और मैं बस अंदर जाके बैठी, और मैं बहुत डरी थी, बहुत ज़्यादा। जैसे आपने सुना, अमन ने बोला बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट थी, मुझे बहुत डर लगता था, और प्रवीण ने भी जितना बताया बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट है, वेरी डिसिप्लिन, मैं बहुत डरी थी, पता नहीं कैसे कैसे रिएक्ट होगा, कैसे होगा, पता नहीं क्या होगा, पर बिल्कुल उल्टा हुआ। उन्होंने मुझे इतना कंफर्टेबल फील कराया, इतना कंफर्टेबल कि मैं सोच भी नहीं सकती। मुझे ऐसा लगा मैं उनको सालों से जानती हूँ। मुझे आज भी याद है, हम ITC में डिनर कर रहे थे फर्स्ट टाइम, उन्होंने मुझसे इतने अमेजिंग कंफर्टेबल क्वेश्चंस पूछे और इतना अमेजिंग फील कराया कि मैं आज तक यही बात करने को बोलती हूँ, थैंक यू वेरी मच मुझे इस फैमिली में लाने के लिए। आई फील ब्लेस्ड, एवरी सेकंड इज अ ब्लेसिंग फॉर मी। मुझे कभी ऐसा कोई मौका नहीं आया जहाँ ये डॉटर की तरह देखना नहीं आया। पीटी और मैं हमेशा साथ इक्वल हर तरीके से, डैड मॉम में हमेशा मैं उतना ही जानती हूँ। बहुत मुश्किल थी लास्ट मिनट उनको ऐसे देखना, बट मैं सिर्फ एक ही चीज जानती हूँ, मैं उनको सिर्फ एक हंसता हुआ चेहरा देखना चाहती हूँ। वो बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग थे, उनके लास्ट स्टेज में वो बहुत बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग थे, और मैं वैसे ही उनको याद करना चाहती हूँ, जितने उन्होंने जितना जैसे हमें इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाया उसी तरीके से। वो उन्होंने मेरी या प्रोफेशनल जर्नी हो या मेरे कोई भी छोटी सी इंक्रीमेंट हो, प्रमोशन हो, ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ कि उन्होंने मुझे फोन करके बात ना किया, और मुझे इतना अमेजिंग लगता था अपनी पूरी जर्नी उनको बताना। इनफैक्ट सारी इंसिडेंट बताऊंगी मैं बहुत शर्म आती थी अपने मम्मी पापा के सामने खड़ी थी, ड्राइंग की क्लास के लिए खड़े होने को, बट मैं डैड के सामने बहुत बहुत करती थी। कुछ बातें जो शायद मैंने अपने मम्मी पापा को नहीं बोली होंगी, शायद डैड के सामने बहुत उन्होंने फादर फिगर जिसे कहते हैं, और लिटरली फादर थे। नहीं था, आज भी हाथ कांपते हैं बोलते हैं। मैं शायद कुछ लाइनें हैं जो बोलना चाहूंगी। Seems like yesterday that we all were together. Then I opened my eyes to realize that you were gone forever. It will slice our heart away to know you're not here with us. Family dinners, get-togethers will never be the same because you weren't there. There's going to be that empty chair near the dinner table, which will fill our heart. But I know you are the man who gave us the inspiration and courage to achieve all the goals in our life. You told us our right from wrong and put us always before you. You're not going to be there with us, but you'll always be there in our hearts. It's going to feel like we're together but apart. Love you, Dad. Always.
Dad had two passions, work and fitness. And जब मेरी शादी हुई तो मुझे कुछ ही दिन के बाद मॉम ने सीरियस पूजा रखी, और अब मैं नया नया परिवार में आया था तो ऑब्वियसली मुझे लगा कि आई हैव टू क्रिएट मेरा इंप्रेशन। और उस दिन कोई बड़ा शायद इंडिया पाकिस्तान इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया का मैच चल रहा, तो मैं पूजा में बैठा तो हुआ था, मगर मेरा आधा दिमाग वहां था। और थोड़ी देर बाद में मुझे समझ में आया कि उस पूजा को हम बहुत सीरियसली तो कर रहे थे, मगर डैड अपना मोबाइल लेके बैठे। तो मुझे क्रिकेट मैच का स्कोर डैड ने बताया। एंड उसके बाद एज यू कैन इमेजिन वो पूजा और भी इंटरेस्टिंग हो गई। मैं और डैड हर थोड़ी थोड़ी देर में एक मंत्र के बीच में स्कोर डिस्कस कर रहे थे। एंड दैट वाज दैट, ही कुड डू एवरीथिंग एंड he did what was required and he still had fun with it. और उसके बाद कुछ दिन पहले जब मैंने सीरियसली क्रिकेट खेलना शुरू किया, तो मैं जब भी क्रिकेट खेलने जाता था तो जब मैं प्रैक्टिस करके आता था, आई वुड टेल दैट, आई इवन टोल्ड दैट दैट आज मुझे रेस में 3 बॉल मिल गई एंड ही वुड टेल मी यू कैन डू इट। एंड नॉर्मली जब मैं मैच खेलने जाता था तो मैं उनको जरूर बता के जाता एंड ही वुड टेल मी यू विल डू वेल। रिसेंटली जब मैंने एक मैच खेला तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा जय टुडे यू विल स्कोर एटलीस्ट 50 रन्स एंड दैट इज व्हाट हैपेंड। दैट डे आई स्कोर्ड 50 and every time we would talk about it, we would sit and watch matches together. So that really loved cricket amongst the many other things we did. And I would now like to invite his Dolphin team to share reflections. And I hope in all the matches I played, I have dad's blessing and I score more runs. Gajendra.
और होम सॉन्ग हमारे जीवन में कभी कभी ऐसे अवसर आते हैं जब हम कुछ बोलना नहीं सकते, लेकिन बोले बिना रह नहीं सकते। आज एक ऐसा ही अवसर हमारे जीवन में आया है कि जिन्होंने हमको एक राह दिखाई जीवन में चलने की, वो आज हमारे बीच में है और जीवन का आत्मनिर्भर। हमारे पास कहने को बहुत किस्से हैं, 30 साल से ज्यादा अनुभव रहा है मेरा उनके साथ काम करने का। मेरी टीम में बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो बहुत कुछ बोल सकते हैं। हमने अपने जीवन में, अपने कार्यकाल में उनके साथ बहुत कुछ ऐसी चीजें सीखी जो शायद हमें कभी भी किसी और जगह सीखने को नहीं मिली। राव साहब के बारे में सर हम आंकलन नहीं कर पाएंगे अपने शब्दों में। वो इतने उच्च विचार के लोग थे। उनकी रोजमर्रा के जो ऑफिस के काम होते थे उसको उन्होंने ऐसे सुधार करते थे कि हम शायद उस बार एक्सीडेंट नहीं होता, लेकिन आने वाले समय के लिए वो हम सबके लिए एक राह छोड़ दे रहे। उसका पूरा एक उन्होंने सही धारा बना के और हम सब का आज उसमें अपना आने वाले समय में हमने उसमें अपना योगदान दिया, अपने आप को निष्ठा करके है और उस योगदान को हम आगे चलाते हुए यही सब हम कमिटमेंट है। हम सबकी सर्वांगीण को सबकी सर्वांगीण कार्य और उनके विजन को आने वाले समय में पूरा कर सके जैसा वो चाहते थे। उन्होंने अपने जीवन के अंतिम समय में ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का रोजमर्रा के कामों से मन नहीं लगाया। वो आखिरी समय तक फोन कर करके हम लोगों को दिशा निर्देश देते रहते थे और ये समझाते रहते थे कि कौन सा काम कब करो, कैसे करो, और लगातार उसको फीडबैक जाएगा। हम सब लोग यहाँ पे एकत्रित हुए आज उनको श्रद्धांजलि देने के लिए, और हमारी श्रद्धांजलि तब संपूर्ण होगी जब हम उनके विजन को पूरा कर सकें।
मिस्टर राव के बारे में जितना भी बोले हम, अगर पूरे राव परिवार और डॉल्फिन जी की तरफ से हम आपके आभारी हैं यहाँ आने के लिए। एंड हम सबको आमंत्रित करते हैं कि आप हमारे साथ अब प्रसाद ग्रहण करें ऑन द ग्राउंड को।
KG's wife. I consider Babaji as my father in India. I remember first time we met is almost 10 years ago. He was having a business trip in Taiwan. At that time, I was a totally stranger to him, and then we have no idea that we can be the future families. But I remember that he was so nice to me, very generous, and then he talked to me a lot about his life, how he worked, how he lived, and then what he believed. And I was very, very impressed about his content, what he told me. And then I was impressed that how can you be so generous and share your life experience to teach, to guide a young person who you never met. And that's how he generous to everyone, not only to families, but people who need help. I remember after the first day, I was like, wait, let me put everything in either into my phone or into my notes, because this very wise and then very good suggestion, advice for the life, and then I need that for my whole life. I need this advice for my whole life, so let me put it down. And he was laughing. And he said, "Okay, tomorrow I'm going to tell you more." That's how how generous he was. And then later on, become families. And I will remember him forever. I'm Annie. I'm KG's wife. I consider Babaji as my
मेरा भावपूर्ण श्रद्धांजलि मेरे गुरु श्री केवी राव जी को। जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्ममृतस्य च तस्मादपरिहार्येऽर्थे न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि। भगवान श्री कृष्ण कहते हैं, जन्म लेने के बाद मृत्यु से छुटकारा नहीं है, और मृत्यु के बाद फिर पुनर्जन्म होगा ही। दोस्तों, लेकिन हम कैसे भूल सकते हैं ऐसे एक महान व्यक्ति श्री केवी राव जी को। 2011 में मेरे गुरु श्री नारायण राव तातुस्कर जी उनसे परिचय करके दिए। हमको बहुत डर था, एक ऐसे बिजिएस्ट पर्सन हमसे क्या बात कर सकते हैं, हम उनसे कैसे बात कर सकते हैं, लेकिन ही इज डाउन टू अर्थ। पूरा जिंदगी में ऐसे आदमी को मैं कभी नहीं देखा। मुझे एक मौका मिला कि फाउंडेशन के सेक्रेटरी बन के उनके साथ 6-7 इयर्स काम करने का एक मौका बना मुझे। दोस्तों, मैं बहुत नहीं बोलना चाह रहा हूं, सिर्फ 1-2 किस्से बता दूंगा ऐसे एक महान व्यक्ति के बारे में, जो आंध्र प्रदेश में पामड़ी एक छोटा सा गांव है। बहुत सारे लोग उधर भावसार गरीब लोग हैं। ऐसे ही मैं एक बार विजिट किया उधर, जाके देखता हूं एक भावसार कॉलोनी में ऐसे 4 बम्बू खड़ा करके उसको पुराना साड़ी लपड़ के उसको वॉशरूम बनाए थे, जो अंदर अगर कोई स्नान कर रहा है तो मेल है क्या फीमेल है बाहर से मालूम ही पड़ता था। इतना बहुत मुश्किल में था उधर। मैं इमीडिएटली राव सर उनको फोन किया, सर जी ऐसे से है, हम कुछ कर सकते क्या? आपको पता है राव सर और स्वरूपा मैम एकदम इमोशनल हो गए। स्वरूपा मैम तो डायरेक्टली बोल दिए, मैं एक 5 लाख देने तैयार हूं श्रीनिवास जी। उनका दूसरों का दुख खुद का दुख समझते थे हमारे राव सर। वो इमीडिएटली बोल दिए, नहीं उसको हम स्मार्ट कॉलोनी डेवलप करना चाहिए। उधर कोई भी हमारे भावसार बहनों को ऐसा शर्मिंदा होने की जरूरी नहीं है, परमानेंट वॉशरूम्स बनाएंगे हम लोग उधर। बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स जो बोरवेल कराए, स्टोरेज टैंक बनाए, आरओ प्लांट बनाए भावसार विजन इंडिया फाउंडेशन की तरफ से। हर इनिशिएटिव उनके तरफ से हो रहा था। और सिर्फ उन्होंने खाली काम दूसरों को किसी को करने नहीं बोलते थे, खुद करते थे, उसका फॉलोअप करते थे, और एक एक अपडेट भी उनको होना चाहिए, क्या हो रहा है, कैसा होना है। सिर्फ एक छोटा सा ये 5000 ब्लैंकेट्स जो ठंडी में फुटपाथ पे हमारे गरीब लोग, कास्ट मालूम नहीं, उनका रिलीजन मालूम नहीं, वो क्या करते हैं मालूम नहीं, जो पेमेंट पे सोए रहते हैं, अर्ली मॉर्निंग 5 o'clock जाके उनको सिर्फ बीवे फाउंडेशन का एक चादर ओढ़ के हम लोग आते थे। 5000 ब्लैंकेट्स। कश्मीर टू कन्याकुमारी हम जितने भी क्लब्स थे, सभी क्लब के तरफ से ये प्रोग्राम इंप्लीमेंट किया गया है। ये है हमारे राव साहब। 36,000 लोगों को एक ही दिन में अन्नदान, पैन इंडिया। ये है हमारे राव साहब। हर साल 250 से 300 बच्चों के लिए पढ़ाई के लिए फाउंडेशन से मदद। ये है हमारे राव साहब। ऐसे बोलना है तो बहुत सारे एक्टिविटीज उन्होंने हमारे हाथ में करवाए थे। ये है हमारे राव साहब। हम लोग एक्चुअली उनको अगर रियल श्रद्धांजलि देना है तो उनके फुटप्रिंट्स पे हमको चलना है। वो एक महान चेतना है, हम लोगों के लिए एक महान चेतना है। अगर उनके रास्ते में हम चले तो वही हम सबसे बढ़िया ग्रेटिट्यूड उनको दे सकते हैं। उनको हर आदमी से प्रेम था, हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से प्रेम था। वो कभी भी बोलते थे, श्रीनिवास जी, सेवा में कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बड़ा, कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन छोटा, ऐसा कुछ भी मेरे लिए नहीं है। चाहे वो भावसार अंतरराष्ट्रीय हो, भावसार विजन इंडिया हो, ABBKM हो, यूनाइटेड भावसार ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हो, और कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हो, कोई भी उनको कुछ भी तरह का मदद मांगते हैं तो डेफिनेटली उनका हेल्पिंग हैंड एक्सटेंड करते थे। सिर्फ वो एक पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करते थे कंट्रीब्यूशंस में, उनके फैमिली टोटली, प्रीति मैम से, प्रवीण सर से, स्वरूपा मैम तरफ से, उनके भाई केजी राव जी तरफ से, सबके तरफ से भी कंट्रीब्यूशन करवाते थे। उसके बहुत सारे उदाहरण मेरे पास है। एक ही भगवान से मैं धन्यवाद अर्पण करना चाहता हूं कि ऐसे एक आदमी से मेरे को कुछ काम करने का मौका मिला। और खाली बिजनेस ही नहीं है, समाज सेवा ही नहीं है, उनके फैमिली के बारे में भी वो बहुत खुश और प्राउड फील हो रहे थे। हम सभी लोगों को मालूम है, प्रीति मैम के अचीवमेंट्स हर चीज हमारे से शेयर करते थे। उनके सन इन लॉ जैन जी के अचीवमेंट्स हम सभी लोगों से शेयर करते थे और प्राउड फील होते थे। और उनके ग्रैंडसन प्रजय के बारे में, प्रवीण जी के बारे में, सुदीति के जी के बारे में, और उनके भाई के बारे में। और अक्सर कभी भी वो एक ही बात बोलते थे, अरे भाई, समाज डेवलप होना है तो फर्स्ट हमको डेवलप होना है। हर भावसार फैमिली प्रॉस्पर होना चाहिए, अच्छे फैमिली रिलेशनशिप्स बनाना चाहिए। श्रीनिवास जी, महीने में एक बार एटलीस्ट फैमिली मीटिंग रखो। आप सभी फैमिली मेंबर्स एक जगह पे बैठ के बात करो। सिर्फ मेरे लिए नहीं, हर भावसार के लिए वो एक अच्छा मैसेज दे रहे थे। क्योंकि सही बात है ना, अगर एक एक भावसार फैमिली भी अगर लव, अफेक्शन, प्रॉस्पेरिटी ऐसे चीजें सब जुड़ गए तो अपने आप समाज सुधर जाएगा, अपने आप देश सुधर जाएगा। रियली मेरे को कल तक तो बहुत चिंतित था, लेकिन आज से मालूम पड़ा हमारे राव सार नहीं गए। वो अक्सर बोलते थे, श्रीनिवास जी, हमारा आयुष्य कितने साल हम ये धरती पे है वो हिसाब नहीं है, हम जाने के बाद कितने साल लोगों के दिल में रहते हैं, दैट इज द रियल आयुष्य। अभी वो तो मेरे ख्याल से 100 ने हजारों साल हमारे भावसारों के दिलों में रहेंगे। एक ग्रैंड सैल्यूट टू राव सर। Thank you very much.